Are you guys ready? Should I start this up?
Yeah, let's do it.
I don't have my D&D music, so I'm just going to play that warm-up music from earlier.
We can hum it.
Do you want to hum it? I think that would be better, actually.
Okay.
When we last met, our heroes had landed in some pretty hot water. After a late-night juice tour gone awry, the party retired with Spizbold the Friendly Gnome, where they decided to break into the priest's juicery to look for clues. While inside the juicery, the gang heard a noise and arrived to see a beaten Father Tinder and an escaping assailant. Sharpie tracked down the would-be murderer to the Darmvon household, and what he found wasn't pretty. Darmvon and her son were murdered. Dead. There, Sharpie and the gang encountered the assassin, Spizbold the Gnome. The little gnome cast powerful nat magics and hurled insults, but something wasn't right. Blows were exchanged, but using his shrewd mind, Krista Berg determined that Spizbold was an imposter, convincing their attacker to cast off his disguise, revealing himself to be none other than Father Tinder himself. Working together, the gang started to gain the upper hand, breaking through his shield while Quark slashed Tinder's head with a flaming sword. As the old man lay dying, white beams of light began streaming through the room as the shard of power worked its ancient and hideous magic. But what danger could the shard portend? What new evils must the gang face?
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
What tricks were still hidden away up Father Tinder's sleeve? Find out now. All new Harmontown. That was some great humming. I want to buy that album.
I assume the effect is the same as in the shower, but it sounded awesome to me. I think when we listen to the podcast, we'll be like, oh my God, stop groaning into the microphone.
So traditionally, you guys have a lot of questions at this point.
Well, I was humming.
Yeah, I wasn't listening. I was humming.
That's what I'm saying.
So just in a moment, where am I standing?
You guys are all standing together in the broken remnants of the Darmvon household. You see crumbling stone falling from the ceiling, and all the furniture in the room is destroyed, reduced to splinters. Everything is very hard to see because white light is dazzling you, going throughout the room before it concentrates onto a single glowing humanoid form, the form of Father Tinder. He starts to transform before you into an 8 feet tall, gray-skinned, stone-skinned, bull-horned man with glowing red eyes, powerful muscular limbs, and stony wings. A burning white flame grows brightly in his chest, and he looks not unlike a winged demon or something.
Hi.
Do you have more questions?
We're probably cool now, right? Now that he's transformed into this thing.
Are you asking me or are you asking him?
I'm kind of thinking out loud.
Okay, continue.
And I've worked for him for many a moon and a sunset. 4 sunset, 20 moons.
Who are you?
I'm Father Tinder. I have transformed into my final form.
Like that lady at the drive-thru in the video?
Yeah, but I'm getting all the chicken nuggets.
Now that you've transformed into your final form, you're probably really self-actualized and all your aggression is gone, right?
You could say that, yes, but I'll still need to destroy you.
We could talk about that.
We could, while I'm destroying you.
All right, I'm going to run. I'd like to run. What do you guys, we're standing there and this guy turned into a demon and he's going to kill us. Do you guys have any...
He has a glowy white spot in the middle of his chest.
Yeah.
This isn't my first rodeo with gamey things. That's
Yeah.
usually the place you want to throw a sword or something.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Well, this isn't my first rodeo, but do you really want to throw your swords?
It's more of a Castlevania type. There's a lot of platformers from the old days.
Barbarian, not thinking things through very well.
That's good characterization.
All right, I'm bolstered by your confidence. You think this is as easy as a boss battle in a video game? I'll attack his milky white spot. All right.
I'm not a D&D player, but in my gear I have a dragon dick, so
yeah.
I feel like that might work in this situation.
It's more of a trophy. I mean, I think I remember where you got that. I don't know if it's a weapon. It's something it's a conversation piece.
Okay.
I mean, most things are a weapon against a milky white spot in the center of your chest.
Whose turn is it first, I guess?
I want to put it at a Quark's turn, how about? That's Seth there.
Oh, Seth, okay.
Well, let's go ahead and use a power attack.
All right.
Nice.
That's going to be less accurate than a normal attack, I'm afraid. And yet you hit him.
Woo! Dropping anchor.
Rushing towards your demonic foe, you plunge your sword deep into his side, dealing 12 damage.
Nice.
And that's not even the milky white spot.
Sure.
I'm excited.
Yeah. We're having a great time.
We can do this.
Yeah.
We are doing this.
Yeah, this is going really well.
No, I just
think so.
Well, it was. Let's put it at McKenna's turn. That's Krista Berg, right?
Yes. Apparently it is.
So, yeah, you got your dragon dick.
Let's do this. Do this
got a
Salmon
dragon
Street
dick.
style.
Feel free to ask questions.
I may need some help on this. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it occurs to me we're subjecting her to quite a lot.
Yeah, no, you're telling me.
I don't know half of this.
All right. I'm gonna attempt to use a short bow.
No. McKenna, you're gonna use the short bow.
I'm gonna fucking shoot this
You're
short
gonna
bow.
shoot that short bow.
I'm shooting it into the milky white spot. I'm gonna hope
Yes,
it
she
hits.
is.
Yes.
Firing an arrow at his milky white spot. It might have been your what is the lack of confidence? Lack of confidence. Or something, but your arrow misses its mark, plunging deep into the cobblestone walls of the dwelling.
It's okay. He knows we mean business.
Yeah.
The communication shot.
So let's put it at a dignity. That's Aaron.
All right. Foe!
Yeah?
Unworthy foe who has been deceitful and untrue. I'm going to throw my axe, and it's going to be the death of you. I rhyme now. I guess I rhyme now. So I'm going to throw my axe. I'm going to throw it really hard at the middle of his face.
You do that! But it doesn't hit him in the middle of his face, but instead in his shoulder. Dealing... What's your strength? It's +3. 8 damage!
All right! Yeah!
The axe protrudes from his shoulder. It's not a joke.
I'd like to shoot a fireball at his milky white spot.
All right. Casting your arms in a magical manner, you unleash a fireball directly towards his milky white spot. He attempts to dodge out of the way, but is too sluggish, and it hits him right in the chest, but not his milky white spot, like the nipple right next to it instead.
But a nice grouping, as they say in darts.
Very kinky D&D.
Is it? I guess there are dragon dicks and milky white semen, all this stuff.
No, it's great.
There was no semen, but now there is.
Portland, most strip clubs in the world, right, per capita?
I love hearing about it.
Most vegan strip clubs, is that what you said? We'll talk after. We'll figure it out.
Dealing 17 damage.
All right.
All right.
And that's just the nipple.
It's just
I shout out, the milky white spot, it's the way to go.
So he turns his eyes to you, the wizard who's casted all this magics, and he beats his powerful wings and lunges at you through the air, his claws outstretched, reaching right towards your neck.
That's my milky white spot.
He grabs you by the throat, dealing 9 damage and holding you fast in his sharp, rocky claw.
All right.
Is it possible for me to go out a turn and use diplomacy?
No.
Okay.
Afraid not. But you could do it in your own turn.
Thank you.
Which is only 3 turns away. Putting it at Seth's turn.
I appear to have some yarn.
You sure do. A whole ball, if I'm not mistaken.
I just thought it was funny because it's right next to the nutsack.
I thought he got rid of that nutsack.
It is not yet been
You should
erased.
combine it with the dragon dick.
I'm just going to take a moment and say how much joy it is for me to hear that Quark is about to use yarn. It's a very happy moment.
Actually, I also what's a cactus card?
That's like a business card that says Cactus Club or Bunch. Cactus Bunch.
Oh, right. Yes.
Buy one, get one free.
And also a strange painted stick. Is there any more information about that at all?
It's strangely painted in a stick. So no.
So that I do not hit my compatriot who is being held by the demon, correct?
I mean, what are you trying to do?
I'm trying to attack, but not, cleave someone in half who isn't white spot guy.
Taking careful attention not to hurt your ally.
Thank you.
You slice with your sword at the demonic foe before you.
I got a hug, so.
But you were too considerate, and you go way wide and don't hit anything at all.
Just some advice. It hurts until it doesn't.
I knew that wouldn't be helpful.
So let's put it at Christoberg's turn then.
A post-it tells me I have a robot baby. Is there any use to the robot baby?
I mean, there's tons of uses. I don't think you know any of them. It's
probably not.
It's heavy. You could hit someone with it maybe, or you could tell it something.
Give it a command. Give the robot baby a command.
What was that?
Tell the robot baby, give it a command. Maybe it'll...
Oh. So if I tell the robot baby to, infiltrate the milky white spot and retrieve whatever's inside, I can attempt that.
You can, yeah, definitely.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna do that.
All right,
Yeah.
say it. Say it to the baby.
Baby, go to the milky white spot.
Like you mean it, McKenna.
Yes, go inside of it.
Like you know the baby's going to do it.
Take hold of the milky white spot and bring it to me.
You say those things, and the robot baby's like, bzz, bzz. All right. He starts waddling over towards the giant demon thing. He's getting over there. The demon doesn't seem too occupied, probably because it's a robot baby, and he starts climbing up his leg, but it's going to take some time before he can actually infiltrate the milky white spot. For some reason, he doesn't seem to notice the robot baby. It's a weird phenomenon.
Okay, so then because I know the robot baby is approaching the milky white spot, I use diplomacy, and I look at Father Tinder and say, Father Tinder!
Uh-huh.
Can we... Sorry, I was hearing echoes.
It's just the sounds of Portland. There's trains, there's 5,000 people outside.
I thought I was hearing my demons for a second. Father Tinder! One moment, can you just look at my face for a second, because I'm going to explain to you why you are such a great leader. But I'm using my diplomacy, which is basically hypnosis. Yes, I'm lying. Yes.
Yeah, you can't use diplomacy for lying.
Oh,
You
I
gotta
can't?
tell the
Okay,
truth.
thank you. Okay.
Oh,
Father
wow.
Tinder, you look like a piece of shit. Father Tinder, this final thing that you've turned into is no good. No one likes it. You have no friends. You're going to defeat us and then you're going to be all alone. So stay still for a moment because I want you to. I really want you to stay still. It's my heart's desire that you do not look anywhere but into my eyes.
He glares at you with his red eyes, and he looks like he's looking directly through you and through your soul, and he's like, I don't know what you're getting at, but I feel like I feel like I'm being manipulated here. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to start looking around continuously for the rest of the turn.
What's the status on the baby?
The baby's still working around. He's,
Okay,
he's met the resistance.
He's headed for the resistance. Someone said.
Someone in the audience said that.
That was my turn, right?
You could do a short action because you only said some words.
Okay, so I take a sword and I try to stab his foot, so I peg him to the ground.
All right.
Like taxidermy, like a moth.
You stab at his foot, and it doesn't pin him to the ground, but it does hurt him somewhat. Would you stab him with a sword?
I did. I stabbed him with a sword.
Those are sharp. It deals 11 damage to his foot.
All right.
That's good.
I clap my hands like I finished a job, and I spit on the ground and twirl.
Like Mighty Mouse.
That might
do the dust off your hands move.
Yeah, exactly.
Is that actually happening?
Yeah, that happens.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just making sure.
Yeah.
All right.
And then I say, let's all journey towards truth. And then I sit down on the ground. And I regret everything I just did.
Putting it at Sharpie's turn.
All right, lightning bolt at the milky white spot. It's not the first time I've said it.
I feel like... Okay, I'm going to say that after this you're out of spells of the 3rd level, because that sounds
You're
like
cutting me off?
Well, yeah. You only have so many. I mean, that's how it works.
When's the last time you heard me cast a lightning bolt?
You've cast 3 level... This is exciting. You've cast 3 level 3 spells
I
in the
can
last
quit
5
any
minutes.
time I want. I don't have a problem.
You cast your arms in a magical manner, and pointing your lightning finger towards him, you unleash a bolt of lightning. A bolt of lightning, but because he's not heeding Dignity's advice and looking all around, he finds it very easy to see it coming, and he dodges out of the way.
Dumb. I mean, I don't want to tell you your job, but
I could explain it
dumb.
in a different way if you'd prefer.
No, you
just did such a shitty job that he dodged us out of the way.
Yeah.
You're a terrible wizard.
You're a bad friend. You're a bad friend.
It's going to hurt until it doesn't. It's going to hurt until it doesn't.
So Father Tinder demon guy, he's still not noticing this baby for whatever reason. Maybe it's his stony skin makes him impervious to all but the heaviest of touches. But he starts squeezing on Sharpie. He starts squeezing on Sharpie harder.
Jesus Christ.
He fails at that though. It's like a neck massage or something.
I don't want to be one of those characters in the movie that says a little help, but so I'm not going to do that.
Help?
I'm not going to do that.
Wait, did you just do that? Or?
No. That's metagaming. I'm just saying I'm not doing that. I'm not going to be a hack and say, little help.
All right.
I'm getting choked.
So let's put it at Seth's turn.
Sorry, who?
Your name's Seth, right?
I mean, yeah, I'm a gnome barbarian.
I know.
By the name of...
I'm just trying to be friends with you.
No, it's all right. And I've created this artificial barrier. It's a defense mechanism.
I think we all do.
Anyway, I'm going to use my Amulet of Winter and call a sleet storm to try and obstruct the view of evil Dr. Tinder.
All right.
Father Tinder, so he can't see the baby.
Dr.
Tinder's pretty good.
That's going to be my next sitcom. So you activate, holding your Amulet of Winter to the sky, you activate it, and driving winds and cold sleet, you said, sleet, falls out of the sky and through the broken cracks in the ceiling. It's all making everything cold and slippery and hard to walk, and he's getting coated in rime, and it's getting in his eyes, and it's all kinds of trouble.
Oh.
He doesn't take any damage, but he seems to be blinded or at least visually impaired.
That's good.
It's great.
That's great, yeah.
It's it's amazing. I mean, it is. It's great. Let's put it at McKenna's turn, though. Who is Krista Berg?
I'm going to add to the sleet storm and use my weapon of sap to coat the snow that is falling on his face.
I love this idea, but a sap is actually like a beanbag full of quarters that you like hit someone with in the face.
Can it can coat, right?
You could empty it out and then, like, it's like a beanbag. You could cut it open and
I'm
coat
gonna
someone.
cut it open and the insides are gonna coat into the ice.
Yeah.
And further.
Now I can get behind that.
It's gonna block the view. Yes.
With a deft flick of your wrist, you slice a small incision in your sap, and lead dust sprinkles out, being taken up by the icy winds, and gets stuck in this guy's eyes harder. He's completely blind. If there was any sight he's had, it's gone now.
All right.
All right.
Let's just keep. I get out a bucket of confetti, and I'm just like, hey. We just keep blinding him until he gives up. Which blind people should never do.
The baby's still crawling, right?
Yeah.
The baby's still working.
Since it's after your turn, the baby, he's reaching in there. He's reaching in the
so
Milky.
The baby is at the Milky White spot, like around the.
He's
at the rim of the Milky White spot.
He's situated about it. He's reaching in there with his little robot arm, and he can't fit his whole body in there. But he's really going for it. He's got a lot of gumption.
I love it.
Let's put it at dignity.
I take out my lance and I charge towards Father Tinder. And I aim directly between his eyes, which I know I've done before, but now it's with a different weapon. Here I come! Good over evil! All praise Sistrusha.
Because he's blind, you charge directly into him and you hit him right in the forehead. His head skin that's made of stone, it cracks and several chips fall off, and he's got a kind of a dark hole in his head now, but he doesn't react like a human would to having his head impaled, in that he's still alive. He does, however... What's the damage on that? Sorry, this is...
It's like 80?
Come on, man.
No, I'm sorry. It's, the damage is 13.
It's not.
Well, it says 10 plus 3.
10 plus 3, that's it, yep.
13.
All right. Dealing 12 damage to his face. He staggers back as the force of your blow impacts him, and he drops Sharpie in the scuffle.
All right. See, I did that for you.
Thank you.
Let's put it at your turn.
All right. So you said now you took all my spells away.
No, just the third level ones.
All right.
You have less of them than any other spells you command.
Right. Well, so Shocking Grasp is a level 1 spell.
Yeah.
And I'm right there with him.
Mm-hmm.
I just grab him and I whisper in his ear. This is for Kevin. Which means nothing, but I want it to freak him out. And I Shocking Grasp him. This is for Kevin. I know what you did to Kevin.
Blinded and confused by your strange words, you find it not difficult at all to grasp him, shockingly. And lightning surges through his body. It crackles and burns. The fact his skin is made of stone seems to make it not affect him so much, but it still deals 7 damage.
Now, don't applaud. Don't. I fucked up. He's made of stone. If he was made of copper, that would have been a bold move.
Or made of tinder.
Portland, you're better than that. Don't applaud shocking grasp on a stone guy. I'm sorry. I let you down. I let your city down.
All right, so Father Tinder, he takes a couple steps back and he starts rubbing his eyes. And he can see again for once. He takes his large rocky claws and he lifts them up in the air, and you see several spikes made out of white energy coalesce in the sky like icicles and start falling all around the area. So,
God, he's Halle Berry.
In what?
X-Men.
Swordfish.
Storm. I guess, yeah. I mean, I don't think of Halle Berry as Storm, I guess. It's on me.
Because you saw Swordfish.
No, I didn't.
I know what you're thinking.
I saw
about.
Catwoman. She drinks milk in that. It's sexy.
I haven't seen her in Catwoman.
It's hilarious.
It's terrible.
Her origin story is.
She like works at a makeup factory or something. I don't know. It's
Cats
horrendous.
lick her into being possessed by cats.
What's going on with that Batman show? The Gotham, like they got so the whole show is just before Batman? Brilliant.
At Comic-Con, they had billboards everywhere for that, and the kerning was kind of off, and so
The kerning was off.
No. Trust me, it's going somewhere.
No, I hear you.
In the middle, if you like crossed your eyes a little bit, it just said "got ham," and
Got him.
and that is a show I would watch.
It all takes place. Is Bruce Wayne in the show? Is he a character?
He's a kid. He's a kid. Like he's a little.
So it's like Smallville before
Yeah,
Clark
except
Kent.
Clark Kent didn't
I'm
do
into
anything
it.
interesting
I'm
at
into
all.
it.
All right. And who's the Mooney Fish person?
She's Jada Pinkett Smith. They invented a character.
They made a new character up. She's just a fish person later.
According to comments on those trailers.
Good luck, Gotham. What do I know? I just wrote Monster House. Thank you.
What was happening? You guys were getting hit by icicles or something? Halle Berry, right, yeah. So you guys, you can't dodge out of the way. All these force spikes are too much, and you take, let's see here. Quark takes 3 damage, Christaberg takes 5, and you two take 8.
Okay.
I reject that.
Well, I mean, you still take it.
It's a matter of opinion.
Sharpie, what I haven't fought many stone creatures. What do you think would defeat a stone creature?
You know, stone hates dynamite. I think that's the kryptonite of stone.
Also,
I mean, we all grew up with that phrase, but come on, give me some good advice.
I'm not sure. Anybody out there ever fight
Paper.
stone creatures? Paper. I'm hearing a lot of paper, of course. Wait, so... Pickaxe.
That's right.
Like a diamond pickaxe would definitely go through this like butter. Earthquakes? Water. Anybody?
Water? Why
Water's
water?
good.
Erosion.
I like the idea of like sprinkling him with water and then freezing it and cracking him
Well,
in half.
I have the ability of creating water. It's not my turn, but I'm going to get back around.
Are you speaking as the character, or
Yes,
are you
I'm
telling me a
speaking
new
as
thing?
I can create water. I can wash away our trials and tribulations.
If you created water and then I did Ray of Frost, maybe we could... It's not like Mr. Wizard or anything like I don't know.
I wish everything was like Mr. Wizard.
All right.
Sorry, Spencer.
Sorry, Seth, because it's his turn.
You know, I kind of want to hear that level 1 spell so much that I'm going to use my loot of charming and attempt to charm some stuff or things.
Some stuff?
I mean, probably Tinder guy.
It's been so long since you've played your lute of charming, it's quite out of tune, and the sounds you make are rather discordant and not charming. He's not charmed. He's not charmed. Sorry. I rolled a 3. So let's put it at Christaberg's turn.
All right. Since there's a nice hole in his head, I happen to have a climbing kit with 150 feet of rope, so I'm going to use the climbing kit to climb up him using the hole in his head and hold out my hands hoping to use some water and frost.
Oh, I mean, how would you know about that? Just play it cool. Just play it cool.
I know my teammates so well.
We're not, yeah.
So I'm
intuitive.
Holding on. I'm holding on, waiting.
Yeah. So you climb astride the beast with your climbing kit, and you ready your next action for the future. What's up? The baby's turn is right after hers. So the baby continues reaching around in the milky white void, and what he finds may disturb you.
Uh-oh.
He pulls out his arm from the white portal with a pop, except he doesn't. Instead of an arm, there is no arm. It's completely melted.
It's not a vulnerable spot. It's a
hydrochloric acid.
It's like the strongest spot on his body.
Well, at least we sent artificial intelligence to check it out.
I'm okay. Just repair me later.
All right, prospector, robot baby.
Oh, that makes us feel more guilty, R2-D2.
Yeah, stop being so happy.
I love being kicked.
Ah, that baby.
Oh, the milky white spot. We thought it was like, oh boy.
Yeah.
But he's super ashamed to have that, and he's like,
no,
hit me here.
It's like, yeah, please. This is
it
where
eats
it all comes
everything.
from. Gosh,
Great.
damn it. It's like in Breaking Bad when they went through the floor.
Spoilers?
Spoilers?
I can't even think of what part of that
They're
was.
still laying cable down in Portland. Season 1 of Breaking Bad, spoilers. They're not quite. Time Warner hasn't come through yet.
But I like the sensitivity. It means you care about each other. All right.
No, they like the golden age of television, and they like storytelling. That's what I got from that. In The Wire, the drug dealers win.
With the guy. What? All right. Okay.
So.
I use create water. I keep it a single clap. I create water, and I say, as Sistrasha has created life before, I shall create water for your death.
Dino pants? Oh, that's like the Cranberries.
So,
H2O.
What does it mean about me that I'm very turned on by you doing that impression? All right, yeah. So I create water. I try to create water.
all right, with Krista Berg riding atop Father Tinder and holding his head open, you pour your created water directly into his head void.
H2O.
Trickles start to pour out of his mouth and his eyes.
Hydrogen.
Too turned on for the stage. All right, yeah, sorry.
That happens. So, Sharpie.
I just leave, and I'm gonna go look into some real estate.
You find several great offers.
But I want to check the water pressure on every shower head.
The water pressures are optimal.
Oh shit! Well, what, I mean, is this a? I cast.
There's no heating units.
I cast Frozen.
Disney movie Frozen.
Ray of Frost. I cast a DVD of Frozen. She's a role model to women, but when she gets empowered, she has high heels and a slit skirt. I cast Ray of Frost. It's fine also, that's a post-feminist world. You can also be empowered by looking the way you want in your Frozen castle.
About?
Frozen.
Oh, you're talking about Frozen. Yeah.
She goes like, let it go. And she's like, I'm letting it go. I'm like, you're letting it go? Those shoes look really uncomfortable. You made them, but that's fine too. I cast Ray of Frost on the water-filled head wound. This is a Globetrotters move. We all work together. Yeah. This is going to be amazing.
You do those things and you fire off a ray of frost. It hits right in his face crack?
It's called a head.
No, he has a crack in his face.
Right.
All right. You hear the crackling of ice freezing over as the void in his head becomes occupied by white ice. So at this point, I think it would be Christaberg's turn, right? Because you've been holding your action until this happens.
Oh, fuck.
I thought this was what you wanted.
Forget about your nightmare of doing things wrong in front of a group of people.
Well, I've still got arrows for my short bow, so I'm going to attempt to just shove.
Don't say attempt.
I'm
do
gonna
it.
fucking shove
Yes.
an arrow through that ice.
All right.
Crack that fucking rock open.
Awesome.
That's how they do it on Salmon Street.
That's how we roll.
Shoving your fucking arrows into his facial cracks. The arrows pierce through the ice, and you give an expert twist, and the entire rocky head explodes, crumbling into fragments.
Yeah, Portland! It's a Northwest paradise. It's the Los Angeles of the upper part of the state of the country. That was an ending, right?
I mean,
we exploded the guy's head.
His head explodes.
Music. Thanks for coming to Harmontown. XOXO.